Thanks for having me. Good afternoon.
This is not the first time the Delta State government will be clamping down on illegal structures and motorcycle operators within the capital city. Do you think now is the best time to do this again?
Well, thank you for that question. I can understand why you're asking if this best time, possibly because of what happened with the NSAS and then the hardship in the system. But let me tell you that even before the NSAS, before the issue of even the COVID, the Capital Territory have begun the clearing of illegal structures and then streamlining of the operations of the tricycle operators. The reason is because we want a city that functions and a city that also addresses the needs of those who dwell in the city. But over time, we discovered that some other persons have started operating outside the rules. For instance, in the case of the tricycles, you discover that some of them go ahead to park in places they are not supposed to park, operate in routes they are not supposed to. And what that has brought about is that you now discover that some persons come in illegally, rob our people, sometimes push them down once it's 7 p.m. And we say, no, we cannot just close our eyes and allow our people to be manhandled just because they want to take advantage of the operations of the tricycle operators. And we do know that there are a number of tricycle operators that are operating very, very legally and are very well behaved. And so the reason why we are taking this step is to check those who come in that we cannot account for. And in which case, if a particular tricycle is registered to operate in a given unit, you are supposed to operate certain routes that are attached to that unit so that you cannot account for who is conveying a particular passenger at any given time, rather than allowing everybody to run riot, and at the end of the day, they inflict injury on our people, and then we cannot pinpoint who is responsible for that. Don't forget that the responsibility of the people is the primary business of government, particularly as stated in Section 14, subsection 2, paragraph B of the 1999 Constitution. And as a government, we don't want to shirk in that responsibility. But as per
But
those other persons who are erecting illegal structures, we have warned them long before now. The Capital Territory Authority have before now asked them to move out of some of those places where they are not supposed to erect those structures. Even before now, a number of them were removed, but because of the COVID and then the issue of the long time that everybody is trying to slow down a number of things, some of them now have to came back to those areas where ordinarily they shouldn't operate. And
but
even
Miss
before this recent action, we also briefed the press to acquaint them of the development and what we needed to do.
but Mr. Anyagwe, is there no other way the government can get the people to key into this urban renewal program?
I have said that we informed these individuals before now. We have also built even new shops. The Capital Territory built some shops where we are located to a number of these persons. We have also, for instance, in the case of mechanics, we have built a mechanic village where we want them to move into. You know, there are individuals who are not very, very keen at accepting change. They just want to keep to the old order. And they will tell you that, no, if I move out of this place where I'm operating, I may not have customers. But that's not true. The person was not born in that particular spot. The person may have started that business one day. So the moment you also move to the new areas that we have mapped out, over time, those customers you are talking about will come and locate you. What is important is the quality of service that you render. But because it's not always easy for people to embrace change, they just want to continue to operate along that line, deface the city, and make it look very, very unattractive. And once we are able to also keep the city clean and safe, it is also for the benefit of these individuals who have also decided not to embrace the new normal as far as keeping the Capital Territory clean, safe, and much more livable for all of us. And so, if government have said move, that if you don't move, we will take steps to ensure that we remove these illegal structures. The best thing that you needed to do is to move and not just wait for government to now come and begin to remove the illegal structures. We will continue to support those who operate legally. We will continue to also advise our people to take advantage of the other business areas that the government have opened, so that at the end of the day, we will now have people operating in units that are well designated and well recognized, such that in terms of security, we can police that environment. In terms of keeping the city clean, it becomes easy for us to achieve. But if you begin to leave individuals who just wake up, a particular individual who may wake up on early in the morning, just decide to erect a shop just by the corner of the road. Number one, he's not the owner of the place. Number two, the place where he becomes an obstruction to other road users. That is not going to be acceptable. And more so, when we have informed them that these are the areas designated for for a particular kind of business. Why not take advantage of this earlier information? We will continue to plead with them to move, but those who choose not to move, either because they believe that they can just do and undo, of course, we'll take advantage of the available laws to correct such anomaly.
The Delta State Commissioner for Information, Mr. Charles Anyagu, we appreciate you for spending time with us.